So I posted a video earlier today about a vision that God had given me back in like March, but I wanted to share a dream that I had a year ago in May. I'm just putting this all out there now because I feel like it's time and time is short, and I think that God is trying to give people that love Him warning signs and trying to wake us up as the church. So we were in DC last year for my husband's graduation, and I fell asleep there in DC. I never had a dream like this before. It was like the most real, vivid dream that I've ever had. And basically it started to where my husband and I were sitting in lawn chairs in a parking lot, and we were watching a stand-up comedian, which made no sense last May, like why we would be outside in a parking lot doing something like that. But now with COVID and stuff, it kind of makes sense. Like we were social distancing, we were outside, maybe, I don't know. That's just kind of what I've thought now that I've looked back at it. Like, why were we in a parking lot listening to a stand-up comic? But that's what we were doing in the dream. And then all of a sudden I started floating up, and it was the craziest feeling. And I rose above the tree line, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, we're going home. And I had total peace and joy. And then my husband caught up with me, and we were holding arms and we were crying because we were so happy and we were so excited, and we were saying, it's really happening. This is it. Like, we're going home. We're crying. And we reached just like right underneath the atmosphere, and I could see like people above me all over, and they were like crying and screaming and cheering, and it was like a party, and there were fireworks in the sky, and it was just the most joy I'd ever felt in my whole life in this dream. Like, it was so crazy. And I know a lot of people go back and forth, like the second coming and the rapture, but like, I just feel so many people having rapture dreams that I've seen recently, and I just felt like I needed to share mine. We were crying, and the joy, like I've never experienced in this life, the joy that I had in this dream. And then we started coming back down, and like very softly, and the Lord sat us in our backyard, put us down back on earth in our backyard with our dog. And I remember waking up from that dream and being so shaken and crying because it was like a joy and peace I'd never experienced before. And we were just under, like we were just there. And I was like, man, why didn't we get all the way up? Are we not gonna be raptured, you know? And it was like, no, that's not what it was about. It was God saying like, it's not time yet. But we were so close. We were just under the atmosphere. I could see the people right above me and the fireworks. And I just felt like the Lord was saying, like, you still have a job here to do. You can't come home yet, but you're so close. Like, don't give up your hope. Don't get sidetracked. Like, and then that has spurred on different things that have just happened to me in the last couple of years. Like, I've never had dreams like that very often, like at all, like especially that vivid. And then I've had like little visions and different things. And I know that God says, like, in the end times, He'll pour out His Spirit on all people. And that's going to lead me to a vision that I saw on an airplane in Arizona in another video, if you want to catch that one. But I just want to share that hope. Like, I don't know what we're going to have to endure before His coming, but like, keep the hope. Like, it was the most joy and peace I'd ever experienced in my entire life in this dream. And I think God is just giving us glimpses, like, hang in there, stand firm. Like, you know what's coming, and it's so good. You can't even imagine. So hang in there.